A system design focuses on strategic plans aimed at finding solutions for identified needs within a system at the mega, macro, and micro levels, as noted by Dennis, Wixon, and Roth 2009, and to determine how effectively and efficiently the system will function. Due to inadequacies and inefficiencies in its current methods used to provide educational sessions for nurses of an acute care hospital, a distance learning program was designed as a solution to address the identified gaps. The approach used was based on a system analysis using Kaufman's organizational elements model. A system, as described by Kaufman and Watkins 2000, is a collection of elements that work together or interdependently for a common purpose. The Continuing Nursing Education (CNE) department is staffed by 6 registered nurses who facilitate educational sessions for a population of 600 nurses at the institution. Inclusive of its responsibilities is the assessment of learning needs in collaboration with organizational and nursing management, nursing audit team, and individual nurses to design, develop, implement, and evaluate continuing nursing education programs. As the CNE department progresses toward the achievement of desired outcomes, its relationship with subsystems, partners, stakeholders, and beneficiaries at the societal, organizational, and individual level, and the interdependence among them are essential. At the societal level, Kaufman and Watkins 2000 posits that the focus is on the achievement of results, with the primary client and beneficiary being society. The programs and educational sessions are aimed at assisting with the enhancement of nurses' skills, knowledge, and techniques to improve clients' organizational and community outcomes. The achievement of results at the institutional or organizational level are referred to as outputs. At this level, the focus is on achieving results, with the primary client and beneficiary being the institution. Kaufman and Watkins 2000. At the individual or group level, planning is focused on the individual or team achieving results or products, as noted by Kaufman and Watkins 2000. The individuals and groups at this stage are the learners at various levels of professionalism. The results or products are nurses with enhanced knowledge and skills, capable of providing efficient, quality health care to both internal and external clients. Macro-level mission objectives were crafted to assist in propelling the CNE department to move closer to achieving its ideal vision and mission. The current gap identified between where they want to be and where they are now requires the establishment of performance objectives which must be consistent with and support the organization's mission, goals, and objectives. By 2019, 100% of nurses would have acquired a minimum of 12 educational contact hours facilitated by the CNE department and be eligible for relicensure. By 2020, 100% of nurses will be highly knowledgeable and skilled to be able to competently provide quality health care to global clients. Needs are identified at the mega, macro, and micro levels. As it relates to the CNE department, the process of deriving the needs was based on examination of the department's ideal vision, mission statement, and stated objectives. A need, as defined by Kaufman and Guerra-Lopez 2013, is the gap between current results and desired or required results. Further, these gaps, according to Kaufman and Stakes 1981, will have to be closed through the implementation of appropriate solutions so that there is alignment at the societal or mega level. At the macro level, one need identified is the need for all citizens to be well, living healthy, prosperous, and fit lives, self-sufficient and free from poverty. At the macro level, there is a need for nurses to acquire a minimum of 12 contact hours annually and a more structured and efficient method of facilitating educational programs for nurses. At the micro level, one of the needs identified is the need for each nurse to have an individualized learning plan, or ILP. Once identified, gaps are then prioritized at the micro level and a causal analysis performed to determine the ideal processes and inputs, the current processes and inputs, and the potential causes of the gaps. For the CNE department, if these gaps are ignored or not met in a timely manner, the cost of trying to implement solutions at a later time can lead to a number of undesirable outcomes, such as an unhealthy society, poverty, low productivity among citizens, decreased morale, and an unskilled nursing workforce. Therefore, appropriate actions and solutions must be identified and implemented. Guided by Kaufman's problem-solving model, as described in Kaufman and Guerrero-Lopez 2013, several possible solutions were isolated and a selection was then made based on the solutions considered more appropriate and advantageous. For example, one of the identified gaps for the C&E department is that 80% of nurses do not have an ILP. The likely cause is due to no allocation of funds to train or hire persons as mentors and coaches to assist learners to develop effective ILPs. A possible solution is to encourage persons with experience in mentorship to volunteer their service. Additional solutions include providing incentives for persons to volunteer as mentors and encourage learners to select their own mentors. The distance learning educational program being implemented by the Continuing Nursing Education Department for nurses at the Princess Margaret Hospital addresses the inadequacies identified in the current method of facilitating educational sessions. It was designed by a team of persons selected from the mega, macro, and micro levels, such as project manager, organizational and nursing leaders, training, and IT personnel. Kaufman and Guerrero-Lopez 2013 describes inputs as the resources needed by an organization to deliver desired outcomes. Processes are means used to achieve those results. Inputs for this project included elements such as the financial components, human resources who are employees of the organization, computers and other equipment, time, and policies governing the project. Processes include elements such as training of personnel, cost development, the strategic plan, and management techniques and feedback. The projected timeline for this project is 16 weeks to complete phases 1 through 4. Phase 1 include meeting with nursing leaders, hospital administrators, C&E staff, and end users to discuss the project process and to communicate the plan. Phase 2 include meeting with team members to assign specific roles and timelines, to discuss updates of activities, and to meet with C&E staff to discuss instructional strategies. Phase 3 include conducting training with C&E facilitators and personnel, obtaining feedback from cost evaluators, and reviewing new changes to and integrate in the project. Phase 4 is when the program goes live until its completion. The constraints and limitations are time and resistance to change by nurses. To manage them, project management teams must continuously monitor the progress of the project, and organizational leaders must ensure that ongoing communication is maintained between end users of this proposed initiative. The effectiveness of the implementation of the distance learning program will be evaluated to determine whether or not the organizational objectives were met and discuss any challenges encountered. The evaluation will include the mega level using the result criteria of the ideal vision derived for the institution, the macro level using elements from the mission objectives, and the micro level using the elements performance objectives. Additionally, the processes and inputs will be evaluated using the quasi-needs derived from the causal and cost analysis. At the mega level, the vision is ideal. The objectives were not met. There remains areas to be developed because there still exist gaps as the organization works toward achieving desired results. At the macro level, through successful implementation of this distance learning program, the objectives would have been achieved because it would facilitate more opportunities for nurses to obtain the mandatory educational hours, thereby enhancing their knowledge and skills to be competent to deliver quality care to global clients. At the micro level, this plan will be successful once elements of performance objectives are implemented within the given timelines. The C&E department is an essential component of nursing services at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Inclusive of its responsibilities is the assessment of learning, the design, development, implementation, and evaluation of continuing nursing education programs for nurses. Due to inadequacies noted in its current methods of providing educational programs for nurses, the proposed distance learning program was designed to facilitate more educational sessions for nurses, thereby assisting them to acquire the mandatory contact hours and to enhance their knowledge and skills. This proposal should be accepted as a permanent method of the educational structure of the CNE department. It is recommended that this distance learning program is evaluated at the end of each semester to ensure that it is compliant with international standards, that course material is updated, and technology is appropriate and relevant.